586.
You got a freestyle on you?
Nah, ain't no more bang bang Niner gang. They just got fire.
Wow, the disrespect,
bro.
Wow.
I've seen a stat somewhere. You know what? Let's just go through the show. Let's keep it professional. Let's go through the show.
Let's see the stat. I mean, give us the stat.
I like to talk. Oh, so we're not gonna talk about the games in order?
Yeah, we'll talk about the games. I just want to hear the stat that you think you have.
That was the worst. I believe we witnessed the worst playoff loss in like the last 30, 40 years.
All right,
maybe even in the Super Bowl era.
It's cool. All right, we got that game out of the way.
Nah. Oh, no, we're going to talk about it.
All right, I'm Quan59. This is Jamal Hill. We're just talking sports. If you guys have suggestions for the name of the show, leave them in the comments because we have no name. We have no ideas for names. And it's going to be more than sports. We're going to, we'll react to things happening in society because we live in a very weird society, very different. But yeah, if you guys have suggestions for names, let us know. If not, we'll just
be a part of the name.
Come up with one. Yeah. But yeah, man, football, NFL. Let's talk about what happened in the divisional rounds. All right. You want to start with 49ers? You want to get that out of the way for me?
Nah, I believe the
or you want to go in
Bills,
order of the time?
We can go in order. That's my best way of like following my thought process because I can remember what I was thinking during the game and everything like that. But
yeah, so we have Bills and Broncos early game on Saturday. Really good game, overtime.
Yeah.
It's been this to me has been one of the best playoffs. It's the best I can remember in a long time, where we've only had a few blowouts. Actually, only one or two blowouts, and only a couple bad games.
Would you consider New England and the Chargers a blowout?
Yeah, because Chargers just
16-3.
To me, that was a blowout because it felt like it was done the whole game when they couldn't get in the end zone. When they intercepted the ball in the first quarter. It just felt like it was done after that.
That's an interesting. What would you consider a blowout? Would y'all consider that a blowout? Would y'all consider under 2 touchdowns? That's
and
less
maybe
than 2
not
touchdowns.
A blowout, but just not a good game compared to everything else. Everything else has been down to the wire, last minute of the game, sometimes the last play of the game, sometimes in overtime.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, maybe 3 or 4 games that haven't been great, and every other game's been, amazing.
What games? I think every game has been great outside of, I'll say, the New England and the Chargers game was not good.
That wasn't good. And that was the first game that wasn't good. And then we could talk about Houston and Pittsburgh. That ended up being 30-6.
That wasn't a bad game. That wasn't a bad game.
It was 7-6 most of the beginning of the fourth quarter.
For sure.
And it ended up being 30-6.
It ended entertaining. It was a good entertaining end. So I wouldn't put I'd say Houston was a pretty solid. It was a playoff game. It was a playoff game.
Yeah.
It was a game. It was a playoff game. I would say only the New England and the Chargers game, and then I mean the
49er game was horrible.
The 49er game was bad. The 49er
that game was over when it
started.
Yeah,
they ran the opening kickoff back and then came out and defensive touchdown right after that, I believe, wasn't it?
No, it was almost. It was almost I can't remember. It was almost bad. It
was a lot. It was a lot happened in a short amount of time at the beginning of the game.
I feel like it was going to be a turnover, and then they ended up getting a penalty or something like that. I can't remember. I X that game.
Wait. We getting ahead of ourselves. We forgot to talk about the Bills. The Bills and the Broncos.
So let's go back to that. Bills and Broncos ends up going into overtime. Josh Allen, he made a lot of mistakes.
Yeah.
And this is the year everyone's saying Mahomes is out of the way, Burrow's out of the way, Lamar's out of the way. This is the year that he has to do it, right? With all of them not even in the playoffs. And here comes Bo Nix and the Broncos. What's your take on that game?
The defense played amazing. Their defense played amazing. They They were on Josh Allen. They had him running for his life. But they were able to run the ball though. James Cook was able to move the ball. They were able to move way more efficiently than I thought they would be able to in this game. And then Bo Nix played hero ball. He played straight up hero ball. He was their everything. Their running game wasn't really like killing or picking up like that. They had some success on the ground, but I think for the most part, a lot of their success came on the back of Bo Nix. Bo Nix extending plays. Bo Nix using his legs to keep drives going and things like that. So that was fun to watch. But I feel bad for Josh Allen, bro. Like, this is the thing. This is what sucks about having a team where everything is riding on you and it's all riding on your back, because he's been their everything all year. And now he's human. And now he has a human game, a human moment. And now it's, you blew it. This was your chance. Yeah. When it should be a system and a well-oiled machine with him, functioning with him. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So, not saying that those guys didn't do the job. They kept him. The defense kept them in the game. So that's what it ultimately sent it in overtime, because defense did respond and they did have his back. But
and let's talk about that play in overtime where he throws the ball downfield to, I think, like the 10, Cooks. Right? To Cooks, and catches the ball, or does he? Yeah. I can't remember who it was that intercepted for the Broncos or grabbed the ball and ripped it out of his hands. Do you think that was a catch? Because I feel like the whole world is divided on that. I feel like it's 50-50. Some people are like, no, that wasn't a catch at all. And then some people are like, he had possession long enough to where, he landed on the ground and hit.
A couple of our PTs here, they're from Colorado, so they're big Bronco fans. You can't tell them it was not a catch. You can't tell them it was not a catch. It wasn't a catch. To me, looking at it in real time, first initial thought, it's a catch. To me, he had the ball, he had possession, and he hit the ground. He was on the ground. He was touched by a defender, and then that defender rolled over him. I believe the rollover should have ended. The play's over at that point, right? To me, in my mind. But I guess to a degree, the argument on the other side is like, as if if I caught the ball and I'm falling to the ground and I hit the ground and then the ball kind of pops out, that's not a catch. But if I possess the ball already and I fall and I hit the ground and then I roll it's like when running back, Calvin right? Johnson, like the Calvin Johnson catch against Chicago, right? He jumped, he caught the ball, he landed, he got it, and on the way up he drops the ball, right? I think it's going to be like one of those plays, because you can't tell anybody in Chicago that was a catch. Yeah. You get what I mean? But clearly to me, it was a catch. You can't tell me it wasn't a catch. Right? To me, it was a catch, because then we had another incident in another game, which we'll get to, which was ruled a catch that seemed very, very similar.
Very similar play. My issue with the play, whether it was a catch or not, right, is the fact that there was hardly any replay. They just said it's an interception and moved on, right? This is a game in overtime, divisional game. Who's moving on? Who has a chance to win the Super Bowl? They did not replay it.
They called timeout to give them more time to look at it, didn't they? I believe there was a timeout.
It was like 30 seconds, and they moved on from it.
And I think the call was from New York. The guys in New York were saying, because I remember hearing over the broadcast, they were saying it's a catch. Yeah. So I guess they kind of went with it from that perspective, or that narrative, I guess.
But they said it was a catch at first, and then they just automatically say it's an interception, and then they move on. We've seen plays where it's obvious, right? Where we're watching on TV, we're like, okay, yeah, he was down, or that was, his foot was out of bounds. And they'll take 10 minutes when we can clearly see in our living room that, nah, bro, why are you taking so long to keep reviewing this, right? But in this instance, with a play that big, that is very controversial. We don't know if it was a catch or not, right? It's very divided. Take more time. Yeah. At least take more time because here's the thing: people already think the NFL is fixed, right? That's the thing people always talk about, especially in the playoffs. There's so much money involved with betting and all this stuff. that right there doesn't make it look good, right? When you're trying to have that argument, like, no, it's not fixed.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Because that was too quick for them to not even look at it and be like, okay, let's take a minute to really look at it. Because he had the ball.
Yeah.
Did he roll over and lose the ball?
Like he
did he not have possession? You didn't even look to see.
Yeah.
And if you only looked once,
true.
and someone
That's
in New York looked once and be like, oh, no, interception. Tell the refs on the field. The ref didn't go to look at the pad to determine whether it was or not himself. They just heard from somewhere in the sky. No. They determined it within 30 seconds, and they moved on.
I thought they called a timeout and went over and reviewed it.
They didn't review it.
I get you. That's valid. That's valid. They definitely should have reviewed that more because I still think it was a catch. I still think he caught it.
And I've been saying it too. I've seen it a whole bunch. I've seen the replay, and was it bobbled a little bit? Maybe, but that was after he already hit the ground to me. And then did the rollover.
Had it.
Yeah,
and hit the ground, the initial impact, and then he rolled.
And
over.
if it's a tie, right, you give it to the offensive player.
Facts.
And so that did make sense to me, and I feel like that would have put them. I mean, that was in position for them to kick a field goal or score a touchdown and win the game.
Yeah, that's entire.
And then Denver gets the ball back. They end up winning the game, and Bo Nix goes out. He would have never got hurt if they would have not messed up that play and just called it right.
But his season would have still been over.
His season would have still been over, but he wouldn't have to recover all summer.
Yeah.
All off season. But and then we would have had a better matchup in the AFC Championship because right now it looks like New England might be an automatic.
Yeah, bro. I don't know. This guy's got the chance to come out and shock the world. He's got a chance to come out and shock the world against one of the top 5 defense this season. I'll say the top 3 defenses this year have been Houston, Broncos, and then I'd go New England. I'd go New England after that. So he's got a chance to come out and actually show some. Well, no way. I'll say Houston, Seattle, and then Denver, and then New England.
Yeah.
So he's got a chance if he comes out and actually wills them through this game and takes them to it's all Nick Foles, good old Saint Nick moment.
But see, Foles was already with the organization for a while. He already knew he'd been playing games.
Right, this dude
Stidham hasn't played in 2 years,
and I think it's like he's 1-3 as a starter,
something like that.
And he's got like about as many interceptions as he does, more interceptions than he does touchdowns.
When I looked to see who the backup was, when we found out Bo Nix went out, I was like, oh no. Why would a team that's that good have such a bad backup quarterback?
So many other guys. Especially when you have Jameis Winston. You have Jameis Winston.
I don't get
it. And Russell Wilson both sitting in New York behind Jackson Dart. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That makes no sense. Now that right there, that's a fumble.
And this is some of the favoritism in sports, right? Like he's obviously a future quarterback coach, assistant coach, OC, maybe head coach. And you see that in the NFL, right? How's this guy stick around so long when he's never really been good?
How is Brissett? That's what I don't get it. Like, there's no way. And this goes to show you about moves that goes beyond just putting starters out on the field. About the thought process behind constructing the team, constructing the game plan and culture and all that. Beyond just the starters and the initial guys you put on the field. Why Jacoby Brissett came in and killed it in Arizona?
Yeah.
Why is a guy like that? I feel like Jacoby should be the standard for backups. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Like even Indy, I don't know. Even these top teams, like even Indy, when their guy went out, they had to go and get a guy out of retirement.
Yeah.
How is this not already addressed?
But even before? Indy had Richardson. And he got hurt.
He got hurt, right? You knew he was already hurt well before Daniel Jones got hurt.
Got hurt, yeah.
You know what I mean? He was hurt well in advance before Daniel Jones got hurt. So you knew if Daniel Jones goes down, this is what
Yeah.
our team is going to look like.
And with so many injuries happening in the NFL all the time, like we've seen so many
Yeah.
ACLs and Achilles the past 5 or 10 years, right? Like
Right.
crazy numbers. You would think you have to have a quarterback that we know if our quarterback goes down, because there's a high chance he will, that our backup is going to be good enough to win games.
Yeah.
Stidham, I don't see it. But here's the thing I was thinking. After all was said and done, I'm talking about how horrible of a backup he is. This season has been so weird already that I'm actually picking Denver to win this game.
Really?
Because the season has been so weird. I'm like, look, he just has to not screw up the game.
We're going to get into that. We're going to get into that after we have to.
Yeah.
We get into that. That's interesting.
But once I looked at all that, I'm like, this has been a very weird season, right?
Right.
Mahomes didn't make it to the playoffs. Lamar didn't make it to the playoffs. Like teams that we picked, a lot of people picked to go to the Super Bowl in the AFC didn't even make the playoffs, right?
Well, we didn't make. I did not.
I mean, no one saw the Bears doing what they're doing. No one.
Yeah.
I mean, New England won 4 games last year.
Yeah.
They were the best team in the AFC this year. One of the best teams. You know, a very unexpected year.
Well, is Bo going to be healthy by the start of next season?
It's an ankle injury.
Broken ankle.
So I think he will.
Okay.
Yeah. If it was like an ACL,
would have been nice to have.
little...
You know who would have been nice? Like people like this. Like people are getting the idea of coming back to the. I always love the idea of stacking running backs, having your two, because you know in Detroit that's what we had. We had Javid Best and damn, I forget what my boy's name is, bro. And I love the way he ran too. To do with the dreads. Damn. Can't believe his name is slipping my mind right now. 35. We had a 1-2 punch. Him and the Reggie. He used to be his touchdown celebration. Used to be the hey.
I remember.
Oh, I can't believe I'm having a brain fart right now. I'm forgetting his name, bro. I'm embarrassed because of it, bro. Because I love the way he played. He played really good for us. A good couple of years. Bell, was it Joik Bell? Joik Bell, was that his name?
I don't know.
I believe it was Joik Bell. I believe it was Joik Bell. Yeah, because we had Bush and Bell. It was the Bush and Bell combination, and also we had he was there with Javid Best, I believe as well. Or Javid Best was Kevin Smith, maybe.
Oh yeah, Joik Bell.
Joik Bell.
Yeah, you're right.
Right, Joik Bell. So, but so we had a good 1-2 punch of running backs for a good while, and people teams that the 1-2 punch at quarterback should definitely be a thing. Imagine if Denver had a Justin Jefferson.
Yeah,
Justin Jefferson could come in and get you 2 wins right here.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? And he's got the will, he's got the legs. Now I believe with better options and things, he's not terrible. When he started for Pittsburgh last year, I believe he won. Like he was like what?
No, you're talking about
3-1.
You said the wrong name.
Justin Fields. Justin Fields.
Yeah.
My bad. Justin Fields. I meant Justin Fields. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we saw him go to the Jets where quarterbacks go to die anyways.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are killing him for that. But I think if Justin Fields would have never got pulled last year for Russ, he was playing really good.
He was playing really good.
And then, Russ has a bigger name. Let's bring him in. We're paying him money. They should have never did that. And I think he would have still been their quarterback this year.
Yeah.
I don't think they would have did the Aaron Rodgers thing, and it would have been a different story.
So Russ kind of, if you look at it, Russ kind of had a hand in with what Denver's left with now at the quarterback position.
And he got pulled for Stidham. So Stidham's last game playing was because they pulled Russ. Now, it wasn't because of their play. It's because if Russ kept playing games, he would have got like a $30 million bonus.
Yeah.
So they're like, hey, you can't play next 2 games. So a lot of that politics goes on in the NFL because there's so many end of the season bonuses. That's why you see some weird play, and that's why in fantasy football,
people get pissed.
Well, fantasy football, you end the season at week like 14 or 15.
Nah,
or like 16. It's like 2 weeks before.
That's because you lose players at the end by come playoff time.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. Yeah, for sure.
but all that weird stuff happens with bonuses and stuff like that as well.
Set out and shit like that. But yeah, so yeah, that's pretty much what I got on that as far as that whole situation, and then we can do
Denver moving on and going well. Let's stick with Saturday. My 49ers. I'm a 49er fan, die hard. I still love them. I wasn't happy at all Saturday. You didn't text me though. I mean, you did. You text me, but you didn't. You didn't do. You didn't do what I would have done to you.
Yeah, nah, bro.
But I think with this many injuries, it's like a game like this was bound to happen. 49ers overachieved all year with people being injured, and I feel like it just came to a head. Like everything, it was just too much to overcome. Losing Kittle last week, but I was just upset. Right when the kickoff happened, I'm like, please stop him, because our kickoff defense has been weak all year. Like we always let people get a lot of yards, and then our kickoff offense on special teams is just always bad. Sky Moore, if he gets past the 25, it's amazing. It's like, man, you did great. Thanks for getting to the 26. So right when that happened, I'm looking at it, and it didn't look good. When the kick happened, I'm seeing him run. I'm like, there's a lot of holes right here. Where's the defense? And then he got past one person, and he was past the whole defense. And then Panera tried to trip him.
That was stupid. He actually could have pushed him out of bounds. He had the angle. He had the angle
to do.
Bro, he had the angle to. All you gotta do is get. If he had got a solid push on him, he would have got him out of bounds, or he would have at least slowed him down a little bit. I don't like the just trying to instantly go in and trip him,
And just think if he did. What if he did push him out of bounds? I think it was the 40-yard line.
45.
That could have changed the whole game. Like, because the momentum
was crazy.
With the crowd already being amped up, right? Yeah. And Niners coming out with the boombox like they always do, talking mad mess to the crowd because everyone talks about how great Seattle's crowd is, which they're good. I think it's a little overdone.
Fun atmosphere.
Yeah. But they were already amped. And with that happening, it exploded in there.
Yeah.
And it was over. And what it felt like to me, they played in week 18, right? They just played 2 weeks before against each other. It just felt like a continuation. It felt like the next play from that game. And it was the same momentum. It wasn't the 49ers that played against the Eagles. It was the same 49ers that played against Seattle 2 weeks before.
What was the first turnover? That turnover that almost went back. It was I believe he caught the ball, right? Swiped the ball.
Yeah.
Swiped the ball, fumble right there. Man, bro, they were down 14-0 before they even knew what hit them or any of their best players could even get on the field. I think for the 49ers, who won the toss?
49ers won the toss, so they chose to kick first.
I'm going to be honest. 49ers need to start getting the ball first.
But we play really well because we do really good at the end of the half if we have the ball. By usually keeping the ball and at least getting like a field goal and then get the ball back at the beginning of the half. So I agree with what they did. But looking at it now, it's like, I wish they didn't do that because maybe you get momentum first.
Gonna have to start getting with the returners, bro, and start taking come do these workouts with me, bro. Y'all gotta have some get some love for me, bro, because he's literally y'all offense. He's moving the ball.
But it doesn't have to be like that.
60% of y'all offense.
It shouldn't be like that.
And it shouldn't be like that. But shit, at least, bro, come on, bro. Get me closer to the end zone so I'm not taking.
He was tired.
He
was tired by the end of the season because Shanahan runs him to the ground. I don't like that. We have Brian Robinson in the backfield with him. We don't use him enough at all.
The thing I feel with Brian Robinson is he's somebody you got to get him in open space. You got to get him the ball in open space. You can't just turn around and hand him the ball and expect him to go out and change the game and do all this work for you. They tried it in Washington and it didn't work. He was getting 20 touches a game.
But every time he got the ball with us, he was doing good enough.
It was decent.
I think you just need to give McCaffrey rest.
I just think they just need to. I just think for him though, like for him to have that effectiveness that they wanted to, like for him to build that confidence in him, they need to get him out in open space, and they just need to get him out in open space more.
But Niners missing Kittle, and then Tonjes ended up. He went out later in the game, but I mean he ended up he fumbled. I think that was that was the first turnover.
Yeah.
Is he fumbled. He got a first down, and then fumbled the ball, and they ended up getting the ball back. I think they were running it back, but then they were already down, and so they called it back. But yeah, we don't have a receiver one. I don't even think we have a wide receiver two, to be honest. We have Pearsall, who, like I said, has played better when he got shot. And we have Juwan Jennings, who's going to be a free agent, who wants wide receiver one money. It's not going to get it, but Niners definitely. And we had Ayuk, who just disappeared. He had that injury last year, never came back this year, wasn't showing up to the team facility.
With the healthy Ayuk, I believe the team looks a lot different.
Oh, he could be way different, but he's not coming back.
But y'all need a wide receiver. If you add a true wide receiver one to that core, that's nasty. That's nasty. Like a guy that can just beat, that can go out, and that has to make the defense shift and adjust to stop him from getting open. Yeah, for sure. It's a whole different ball game.
And they might have money this summer because Ayuk's contract that he just signed last year is voided. So all that money is coming off the books. So yeah, hopefully we do something with that. But let's talk about Seattle. Charbonnet got hurt in this game. Yeah. And the same thing with Bo Nix. Like, we didn't hear about him getting hurt until a couple days later, where they're like, he's out for the season, right? That's going to be a big blow to Seattle moving forward. 100%. But we have to talk about them, and I have to be non-biased. They've had a great season. Yeah. Sam Darnold played in a big game and did mess up, and I think that's a huge story moving forward, and that's something he really needed. Going into the NFC Championship, especially against Stafford, right?
They didn't. I just don't feel like he did. He didn't really do much, though. He just didn't have. It's kind of like
he has some good throws.
Eli Manning, yeah, he did. 100%,
he has some good throws,
100%.
And usually like those are throws that he throws
Eli
to the
Manning
other
in
team.
those Super Bowl runs, though.
Yeah,
you just don't fuck up. Joe Flacco in the Super, just don't fuck up.
That's how I feel about Stidham.
Make a good throw for us here and there, and don't fuck up.
Yeah.
You said the dude from the Broncos? Yeah. I had no, bro. He don't have that because they don't have that running game like that. They running game not like that.
It's still good, and they have a really good defense.
I haven't seen who have they.
And Drake May did not look that good against Houston. Houston just had a horrible game.
We're gonna talk about that.
Yeah, we're
gonna definitely talk about that because we was texting damn near that whole fucking game. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think I'm really impressed with Seattle's defense. Their defense just don't, bro. They just don't. Yeah. They don't get rattled by big plays, and then they just stay on. They make it hard for you the entire way down the field, and eventually either the drive stalls out, they capitalize on a mistake. I don't think they've really been all that big with takeaways. They've just been solid with getting you off the field, though. Yeah, which I'll take that.
Yeah, that's a takeaway. A 3 and out is a takeaway to me. Yeah,
for sure. But yeah, Charbonnet is definitely that 1-2 punch is definitely going to hurt them. He was doing, him and Walker were just as productive. Their production literally mirrored damn near everything. Literally mirrored. So you got to think that's half of your rushing offense taken out. So that's how they control the game. That's how they've been able to beat teams up and wear teams down and keep their defense fresh. So either they're going to have to run Kenneth Walker into the ground, run him like a dog, which he had a lot of success late. So it was kind of just like the Kenneth Walker show at the end. I don't see that being the case in this one. But yeah, bro, it's tough, bro. It's tough. That's a tough blow, and Jackson Smith and Jigman's going to have to be a lot more busy than he has been in recent weeks. He's kind of just been doing as needed, being that solid piece for him. Where like whenever we need something, we can go to him and they can rely on him, and he's come through for him. But he's going to have to probably exceed that.
And I think you see more plays for Rashid Shaheed too.
Oh yeah, some reverses, some pitches coming out of the backfield. He's going to rush the ball.
I think you see a lot more with him. Because that dude's fast. I mean, he's ridiculous.
Screen plays, things like that. Yeah,
and that's one of those trade deadline trades that can take a team over the top. So if they win the Super Bowl, I think that's one of the things you look at. Like that's why, that's a big reason why they won. And Super Bowl teams do that. They make the smart trades, and no one even thought he was going to get traded like that. So
he was a good compliment.
When he went to Seattle, it's like, ugh.
Well, he was over there in New Orleans. Olawale, Chris Olawale. was hurt most of the time. Was hurt a good portion of the time. So he was the main one being focused. He was still producing.
Yep.
If you go back and you look at the numbers, he was still producing when he was he was having to be like a wide receiver one. So he can still be productive in that. And you go where he's top 1, 2. The top 1 and 2 receivers in the league right now are Puka Nacua and Jackson Smith and Jigma. You know what I mean?
This is going to be Shaheed's 4th time playing the Rams this year.
I don't know shit.
He played once with New Orleans, twice with Seattle, and now again in the NFC Championship. That's kind of crazy.
Well, I'm going to have to go back and check his numbers on those. So, yeah, bro. It's good, bro. It makes for it wasn't the best game. That's kind of why I didn't text you also, because I was kind of disappointed in the fact that I wanted to see it better. I wanted to see it, at least a competitive game. It's a little bit more, you know what I mean, than that. But then whenever it's obviously this team's been dealing with injuries and then they just come out and get blown out. That's not really something that I can really say nothing on.
But like I said on the last episode, I thought their blowout in Week 18 was actually going to help them going into this game. Because they scored 3 points. Niners scored a total of 9 points in 2 games against Seattle. That's crazy.
Yeah. Especially how they've been balling. They've been dropping 30 bombs on everybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah. They've been dropping 30 bombs on everybody else. So, yeah, that just goes to show you how serious this defense is.
And goes to show how much health matters and why it's important to have a healthy team. You know, your team's been banged up the last 2 years. And you just see what it does to a team, you know?
It's frustrating.
Yeah.
It's definitely a frustrating thing. But
especially
to have
when
it
you
all
look
come
at your,
to a head
when
like
you look
that
at
in
your
the playoffs where you still fuck. Yeah, we've dealt with it. We've dealt with all these things, but still I wanted to, bro.
Especially when you look at the rosters and you're like, but if it's roster against roster, my team could beat your team, you know? And that's what's frustrating. Because we see the free agent signings, we see the young guys in the draft that are playing really well, and then something like that happens where you don't even get to see your team full out there and play. Yeah, and that's what's frustrating.
Well, that's the thing. The team we had all the success. We beat the Bears twice this year. It's not gonna be like that every year. Yeah, I don't even next year. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be tougher to beat next year. Yep. So those games that we lost, we should have smoke these teams. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's like that. We just got to get healthy. Once we're healthy and once we're at full force, we're able to just focus on playing. I think we'll be good.
Yep. All right, let's move on to Sunday. The early game was New England hosting Houston. And this game, first of all, the Sunday games were awesome because of the weather, right? Like it felt like old school football. Yeah. And I loved watching that. So raining pretty much the whole time in New England, started snowing a little bit at the end. But man, this game was sloppy. For both teams, to be honest. It was not a clean game at all, which you kind of expect when weather's like that. But let's talk about CJ Stroud, right? First pick in the draft. First pick in the draft, had an amazing rookie year. Then last year, a little stumble, right? But second year's jitters. They usually bounce back from that. If you're a great quarterback, you're going to bounce back from that. He had a decent season, but obviously we know his defense carried him into the into the playoffs like this. But this game was wild. I did not I knew he could have a bad game. I did not see this bad of a game. And it's not even the fact he threw some interceptions. It was the fact some of those throws should have never learned how to take a sack.
Yeah. Yeah, I text you during. We was texting, bro. I text you during the game. I was like, I was like, yo, this type of shit that get you traded, bro. Yeah, you get I'm talking looking all right. He's young, like you said, he's what, year 3? This year three for him. We've seen how good he can be. We've seen his ability to be able to take over a game. He's one of those guys. You've now added a defense. You added a defense there. And we can all agree he could get more from more on the offensive side as far as the line, shoring up the line and getting him some more options and more consistent options out there to where he's able to. I mean, the guys are healthy and things like that. But yeah, bro, you can't fucking do that, bro. You cannot just shuck the ball downfield. And those are I remember watching.
You're getting hit. You're going backwards. Whoa. They're grabbing you, and you just throw it. Like, how many times did he do that in this game?
Dude, I was shocked, bro. When he did it, I was shocked, bro.
I think I texted you. I'm like, these are like freshman high school
Yeah.
quarterback throws.
Yeah.
Not NFL. Like, I was amazed at just the decisions he was making. I don't know.
Bro, I saw this thing. I was like, yo, this is the type of shit that gets you. This is the type of shit that gets a franchise player traded. You know what I mean? You get to the playoffs because it's a big moment. You also, because now it comes down to like what this moment is. All right. Because these are the moments that that your franchise want to live in. Like they want to be able to expect these moments regularly. Right. And so, and being in those moments, they're going to want you to succeed in those moments.
Yeah.
And if that's what they think that you're going to do in these moments, they're going to get rid of you. They're going to get rid of you. Like, yes,
and that's what you showed, right?
Yes,
he showed that that's what he's going to be.
Yeah, trying to do too much. I guess seeing Bo Nix and the performance he had in the day before maybe didn't help. He's like, all right, I got to get out there and do it all and help all my team and things like that, and which is understandable. And make a play in which your defense is always going to keep you in the game. So I can see how the owners you feel would be on you to like, all right, I got to do my part. I got to go out and perform.
Bro, and that's why I feel so bad for his defense, right? Because they kept trying. They're like, man, we got to win this game, right? And if he would have made like one less mistake or two less mistakes, they would have won this game.
All you had to do
is because Drake made it have a really good game. He looked a little sloppy and nervous, but these were two defenses just going at it, and yeah, man, that's. I feel bad for the defense.
The guy didn't have an interception all season, doubled his interception total in this game. You know what I'm saying?
He gave him 2 balls just like that.
It was. Granted, yes, it's a messy game, and it's gonna be messy. Mistakes are gonna happen. It's gonna look bad, but you gotta at least make it look like the weather is the problem. You get what I'm saying? You gotta make it look like the weather is the problem.
Yeah,
not your decision making, and that's what he did, bro. He made terrible decisions. He made terrible throws, and he showed a side of his game that couldn't make people doubt you. Seriously, have serious doubt about you, and
So, what do you think about Drake May in this game? I don't think it's going to kill him having a game that wasn't great, right?
Yeah,
because he is young. I think it was those jitters getting that out and being able to, move on from this because he's
had 2 games now.
I guess the Chargers game. He didn't look great. And that same thing. It was their defense that won that game for them. But
I'll say that this season, the we grew up with the saying, defense wins championships.
Yeah.
Defense wins championship. This year, defense 1,000% will win you the champion. Is what's going to win the championship. Like,
that's why I think
level
Denver
of
can still win.
The level of defense that we've seen in this playoffs alone, insane, bro. Insane, bro.
Yep.
Yeah. So I shout out to the defenses, bro. Shout out to the defenses. Like, you have what? Shit, you have 4 of the top 5 defenses left. That's what we're down to. We're down to 4 of the top 5 defenses.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
It's pretty good.
Yeah, bro. It's a good place. It's a good place to be in. But Drake is showing that he's a winner. That he can do his job. He can go out. He can understand the game. Because the more he starts to understand the game, the more he starts to command the game and things like that, he's gonna. It's gonna be about just knowing how to win. That's the thing about Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes knows how to win. He can have a bad game all game, and then whenever it comes out to make those winning plays, he makes those winning plays. That's what Drake has done to this point. He's made winning plays.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. And he don't have to do too much. I love what Ramondre Stevenson's been doing. Bro, he's been an absolute stud. I think the Henderson breaking out to when he did in the season, Ramondre coming back and them kind of working that worked out perfectly. Because now Ramondre is like, he kind of played behind him a little bit. Now he's got his shit going. Yeah. Now he's back and he's an RB1. He is an RB1 in this league. Yep. So now, you got a young, talented guy that's come out. He can make some plays. He can do some good things for you. And then you got a true RB1 coming up behind that. That's worked, right? And right now with Charbonnet out, I'd say that's arguably the best 1-2 punch in the playoffs.
left?
Running back that's left. Corum and Williams are good.
Corum Williams are good.
Corum Williams are good. But I think that
I feel like that's kind of evenly matched. I feel like that's evenly matched.
I say explosive. Henderson is very. I say Henderson is more explosive. Yeah, I say he's more. He's got more explosive speed and break than I say Kyron Williams and Corum, right? And then I'd say that Stevenson is more well-rounded than all of them.
Yeah.
Right. So
so
that's kind of why I lean more towards.
I just feel like the Rams use them perfectly, though.
Yeah.
For what they have, for their skill set. Yeah, but I mean that's.
I know them boys can't wait to get into a fucking dome, bro. Corum is actually getting banged up out there, bro. He's getting banged up out there, bro.
And so we can move on to the night game. Yeah. Rams at Chicago. Snowing out there in Chicago. I thought there was no chance because Rams play so bad in the cold. And same thing, this game is going back and forth. It ends up going into overtime, Jamal. And we're sitting there, we're watching this game together.
Yeah.
And when Caleb Williams made that last throw, it looked like C.J. Stroud.
Yeah, bro,
it looked like the same thing.
He was like, "Yo,
what's he doing?" And all of a sudden, there's a tight end right there in the end zone in the corner, wide open,
drops it right in the bucket,
bro. I'm gonna tell you right now, when the draft was happening, I kept saying Jaden Daniels is the best quarterback in this draft, and look, he proved it last year that he was at that time. And I still think he's going to be great once he gets healthy and everything. I wasn't a fan of Caleb Williams. I was like, I don't see it. It's USC. I feel like there's just something. And then last year we see him. We're like, yep, fool's gold. Yeah. He's going to be good. He's going to be okay. He's not a superstar in this league.
I thought he was good. I thought he was fairly good. I've seen some.
This year, though, Ben Johnson is definitely bringing the best out of him. And he just has that confidence. And he does have that Mahomes magic. So he makes these crazy plays. We saw it the week before on fourth down, that if they didn't get that catch by Roma Doomsday, that it would have been the same thing, right? And it would have been done. But they end up going into overtime, back and forth game.
But these are moments when he has to have it. Imagine whenever
these are the biggest games on the biggest stage.
Another fucking level that he can go to, where he's just this is all the time.
Yeah,
right? This is all the time. I know that know exactly what it takes to win, controlling the game, doing everything right when they need it, and things like that. Imagine when he starts to do like that, he's gonna be fucking hard to beat, bro. He's gonna be hard to beat because they're making a bunch of mistakes.
Yeah,
they're not playing the best football, and he's still
young. He's making those young mistakes.
That little time where they're able to get it together and they're able to focus in, lock in, and do their thing. Dude, they're coming back and they're erasing 17-point deficits and shit.
And low key, if it wasn't for DJ Moore, the Rams wouldn't have beat them. DJ Moore just messed up in overtime. And I think Bears kind of messed up.
Well, DJ Moore came alive in that game, and he actually he balled out.
But that last play where he didn't run the route he was supposed to run, and that's why it got intercepted, and Rams get the ball back to win the game. I think that was a big mistake. But I don't think the Bears needing the field goal, right, to win the game, because they already had Rams had already had possession. They needed just a field goal to win the game. I don't know if you go for a big throw like that.
Yeah.
Try to run the ball. All you need probably is 15 yards to get into field goal range. So I think they messed up just as a whole team, even having that play there, because you do risk interception, and that's what happened. But being this young of a team, I see Caleb Williams being just somebody you never want to see.
Yeah,
you never want to face him, because if he's doing this
with a bunch of rookies,
with
a bunch of rookies, bro. Everybody's like, oh, rookie.
Yeah,
they got the receiver rookie stud. He's gonna be good. Tight end stud. He's gonna be good. Running back. They literally hit gold in all their offensive skill positions, and those kids are gonna, and those dudes are gonna.
And they're all young. I mean, even DJ Moore's young, Rome's young. I mean, they have a lot of young players.
Yes, and Rome slowed down toward the end of the year, because of injuries. But at the beginning of the year, Rome was looking like one of a top 3 receiver in the league.
I like Rome. Yeah,
He was balling out, bro. He was balling out, bro. Chicago has absolutely nothing to hang their heads at for this season. I thought they were about to win. When Komet made that catch, I was like,
it looked like destiny, right? Like, how many
yeah.
times can you do this? It's like, okay, you can't lose this game now.
Yeah, I remember the look. No. That was no fucking way.
That was
bro.
wild.
I could not believe it, bro. I could not believe it. In the cold, in the wind, in the snow, running back, bro. It was that's some Madden shit.
He was running backwards.
It looked like a Madden play
with people almost on him.
Right. And it looked like he just hurried up to tap the button, just random press the button.
Yeah.
Incredible. But we gotta show some extra love to my guy, Matt Stafford. You know, bro, I can't say enough about Matt Stafford, bro. I really can't say enough about Matt Stafford. Matt Stafford has been like, I've watched nobody throw the ball or pass more over the last 15 years than Matt Stafford. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've from the time he was drafted, I watched the Lions. I'm a Lions fan, diehard Lions fan. I watch every game. When Matt was when he was playing, I watched every game. You know what I mean? And I saw like when I would tell people, like when I would speak of like, bro, this dude is incredible. You know what I mean? And I spoke about the things that I liked about Matt, how he placed the ball, some of the passes that I've seen him make. People would talk so much shit. They were like, bro, they suck, bro. Fucking Lions suck, bro. Matt suck. All of this.
And Lions
you know
did suck.
And we did.
But he was amazing.
But he was amazing, bro. And I hate it, bro. And like, it was like, bro, I hated how like, bro, I really felt bad, bro. Cause like, bro, I really wanted people to see how good he was. When he went to the Rams, when they announced that trade for the Rams, I was like, the Rams gonna win the Super Bowl.
And people were happy. That's the first time you've seen a franchise player get traded. And their fan base is actually happy because they want to see him get what he can't get here, right?
Yeah, bro.
You guys knew he was most likely going to be able to win the Super Bowl.
We needed a whole new culture change and everything like that. We were like rebuilding. And it's like, bro, this dude's giving us a lot, bro.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean. So it's like, I was happy. I was happy when he went to Rams, just and especially because. If you know football and you look at that, and anybody who knows how good Matt is, you put him in that. I already knew.
Yeah,
I already knew, bro. I already knew. Then they added Odell to it. You actually gave him some weapons that he can actually play around with.
You gave him weapons when he already had weapons going in there, and then you give him more weapons.
He could throw any route on the field, anywhere on the field. He can put the ball on a dime, over a defender, around a defender. You know what I mean? So. For him to get then the cold thing is actually a thing. That's a real thing. Even in Detroit, like he hated playing the goal. But then I remember the game. I remember that game in Philly where Calvin Johnson and Shady McCoy, shout out Shady, because Shady went the fuck nuts on us that game. Where Calvin Johnson went for like 200 yards in that game. And I remember some of the throws that Matt made in the snow where you can't see the fucking field, completely white. I was like, he can do that. He's in the MVP conversation for a reason. They're going to come out and actually play, have a good game. You know what I mean? He didn't even really, I thought he was going to have to feed the shit out of Devontae Adams. Devontae Adams had 2 catches. You know what I mean? Spread the ball around. Williams had a great game. Played phenomenal. Yeah. Great help from the running, but it was good. It was definitely good to see Matt. If the Lions ain't going to win, I want Matt.
You were mad that Devontae wasn't getting
I was
his game going.
I have it right here where it caught a lot of money that was on the line from that.
Thanks, Devontae.
You know what I mean? But
but he's had a great season, and I think he'll.
I like good football. I don't mind. I'm not one of those people who's like, oh, fuck, this guy fucking sucks and this split that and all that because just because.
Are you sure? It depends. When you had your tablet open. I was
serious.
At the time, you are saying that, but I see what you're saying.
But at the end of the day, I still like, you know what I mean?
And that's the thing. Like a lot of times with sports, when my team goes out, I'm so depressed that I don't want to watch anymore. With football, it's like my team goes out. I love it so much that it's like.
It's still fun.
I'm mad. I'm going to bed early that night. Yeah. Like I went to bed at 10 o'clock on Saturday. But I wake up the next day and I'm like, there's more football to watch. Like I'm excited for these games. I was 0-4. For
what?
For our picks last week.
Were you?
0-4.
Really?
Yeah.
What was I? I had the Bills winning. I had the Seahawks winning. I had New England. I believe I did have New England. Did I have Houston?
I can't remember.
I think I said New England.
We need to start writing down the
I believe. I know what I said because I remember what I thought. I said it's gonna come down to the offense, and I think Drake May's offense is a little better than C.J. Stroud. C.J. Stroud's offense. I felt like C.J. Stroud was the weak link in that matchup because of how good the defenses were. So I think I did go with New England, but who knows? I might have said Houston. But I definitely had the Rams. I had the Rams, and I had
that was all.
I had the Rams. Yeah, I had the Rams.
So you went 2-2, maybe
2-2, probably.
2-2, yeah. It was pretty bad. All right, let's go on to the NFC and AFC championships. Let's start with the AFC. We have New England going into Denver, which is a benefit for Denver. If you're gonna have a quarterback get hurt, you want all the other advantages, right? So you're playing a mile high. You still have a great defense too.
You've been fairly healthy.
Okay, running game. And a quarterback that the expectations are so low, and everyone was moving New England to the Super Bowl after he got hurt, after Bo Nix got hurt, that I think you have nothing to lose now, right? There's there's pressure on Stidham, obviously, to not mess up, but there's not pressure on him to play great. I really think if he doesn't mess up, if he doesn't throw interceptions, with the way Drake May's played, who hasn't looked great himself, I'm going with Denver in this game. There's just something about it, something about the fact that, like I was saying earlier, this season has been so odd that I feel like it's only fitting for a team to go to the Super Bowl without their quarterback, right?
All right. I think that's because you're a 49ers fan. Y'all team's been so injured and still won. Could be something like that. Yeah. But for me, my thoughts on it are this. Outside of Houston, I would say New England has the second best running defense. New England's running defense has been absolutely shut down.
Yeah.
McLaughlin, I believe, is a sleeper. He's he's actually fairly good. The guy that's behind RJ, I believe. RJ Harvey.
Okay.
I believe. He's good. They are good. But I think it's going to be hard for them to find room against this defense. They're going to stack the box.
Yeah.
They're going to stack the box. They're going to force this backup quarterback to beat them. That's what I believe. That's what I was leaving. Because not saying I'm a genius in football or anything like that, but I've played football my entire life, so I'm saying that's what I would do. I would force this quarterback. I would force this guy who's 1-3 as a pro, who's got
hasn't played in 2 years.
Hasn't played in 2 years. Got more interceptions than he's got touchdowns in his career, and I'm going to make you beat me.
Yeah. I think they're definitely rushing him early.
They're gonna stack the box and they're gonna bring it. They're gonna bring the storm at him. Now, Drake Mays hasn't been the stud that he was during the season, but like I said, I believe he can make he's been really good at doing the right things at the right time. That's why his team has advanced to this point. And I believe that's what I'd rather kind of hang my hat on. Plus, I believe Stevenson is going to have a good game on the ground. Broncos are definitely susceptible to being run on.
Yeah,
they can be gashed on the ground, and I believe Stevenson and him, if they're able to get that good mix, I believe they will have success on the ground. So I believe Drake will have more room, to more things available to him in that regard.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go New England. All
right. NFC, we have the Rams going into Seattle. I think it was it 1-1 this year?
Yeah.
It was 1-1 this year. Sam Darnold had a horrible game in their first game. He threw 4 interceptions, and they barely lost. They almost won that game at the end with him throwing 4 interceptions. Then Seattle, they kind of handled them in the last game.
But that was largely due in part to the running game.
Yeah.
Walker went over 100 yards. Chardonnay had a touchdown. How about two? I think he might have had a couple touchdowns. I think he had 2 touchdowns in that game. So that the running game, I believe, had a huge part of that. I believe they were able to beat him up. I believe the Rams were in some fairly physical games towards the end of the year. They had some fairly physical matchups towards the end of the year, and I believe Seattle kind of beat them up on the end on the end of that. Here in this one, Seattle kind of had it easy. Like they rested 1 week. They played against a team that was fairly beat up and injured, so they had a fairly easy go of things in that one. Rams had to face adversity last week. Adversity that they would believe that to have been like something that would affect them and that would defeat them.
Yeah,
they conquered that. The first week they played. Was it the
Carolina?
Same
thing. They overcame adversity in that game too. By
almost lost to Carolina, which Carolina's pass defense is seriously underrated.
Yeah, they
don't have much of a pass rush, but them boys can cover.
Yeah,
them boys can cover. They got some speed. They got some speed out there in the secondary, and they were flying around. They were hitting. They were young, and they just didn't. They were playing records, and they didn't care.
Yeah,
right. Which was good, and it worked out, and they gave them a chance. I think right now the Rams are more geared to win this game. I believe the Rams are more geared to win this game. I believe that Seattle is would have been a better team, minus the loss of Chardonnay. I believe that is huge. The loss of Chardonnay is huge, bro.
Is. And Sam Darnold is banged up too. He had that oblique injury last week and stuff like that. But that's not something you just come back from. It doesn't heal over in a week.
And then going from playing against a Caleb Williams who can scramble and get out of the way and things like that, and run and extend the play with his legs and do amazing things like we saw him do, like we just talked about, to a Sam Darnold who, if you actually get pressure and you're actually able to blitz and actually just get in his face, you don't actually even have to hit him. If you're able to get in Sam Darnold's face, you can fuck him up pretty bad. You can mess him up, and he kind of the ball kind of sells and things like that. So, yeah, I definitely see where the Rams could win. I definitely see. I'm leaning towards the Rams, and I'm biased. I'm biased towards Matt Stafford. I'm always biased towards Matt Stafford.
But I think you have a good reason to be biased.
Yeah.
He won the Super Bowl. And for me, that's why I'm going with the Rams, because I think these teams are so evenly matched. I think it comes down to quarterback play. Who's done it before? Where's the pressure going to be? Stafford has no pressure on him. I don't feel like he's going into this game feeling any pressure, right? He might be the MVP of the season. He's already won a Super Bowl and has a chance to win another one.
Yeah.
And if he wins, I think he retires.
Nah, I think he's having fun.
I think you go out on top.
I think he's having fun. Nah, I think
he's been banged up a lot the last few years. I think he retires if they win the Super Bowl.
Also, if you remember, there was no Devontae Adams that second game. The second game against Seattle.
Oh, yeah, he hamstring.
Puka Nacua went for like fucking 200 yards on them. Like, they could not stop him. They absolutely could not stop him. So with that plan in their mind also, they're going to think we have to stop Puka.
Yep.
But you got Devontae Adams on the other side who can also kill you. And then you got the guys, Whittington. Whittington last week was like, y'all can try, like, you know what I mean? Solid, bro, solid. Just because I like the way he runs, just because he's fast, he's quick, he makes. He's almost like a kicker. He's like a kick returner.
Yeah, right.
But they found ways now to just get this guy out in space, and get him the ball, give him some confidence, things like that, bro. If they use guys like that to win the game last week, if they're big guys, if their stars step up this game, and then everybody step up to it. This has a potential for the Rams to actually put together a masterpiece to actually send a message and scare whoever their opponent is going into the Super Bowl, right? Because if they come out against the number one defense and they handle them, drop 35, drop 35 points on this defense, heading into the Super Bowl while shutting them down.
Yeah.
We saying something. We saying something now.
One thing is, I think Seattle is on a high too, though. Defensively, just seeing what they did, against the Niners, and obviously, like you said, they were missing Devontae Adams last time they played. Their receivers are really good, and I think that's a big difference between 49ers and Rams. So I think playing them, you have to play them way different.
Too many.
Because you don't have to guard deep against the 49ers. No. You don't have a deep threat at all. Against the Rams, you have to guard deep, you have to guard short, like everywhere, right?
You can get cooked, you can get beat at every level.
Puka is everywhere himself, right? Like just slot, him by himself.
They line him up in the slot. They
and
line
then with
him
Devontae,
wide.
So it's
Devontae too. They do the same thing with Devontae.
The defense is not going to look the same at all. No. I think Rams definitely put up points against them. But yeah, dude, I'm going with the Rams. I have to. Then when it comes down to my NFC West bias, I hate Seattle fans a lot more than Rams fans, because Rams fans, they're kind of like fickle anyways. They,
I mean, they've been everywhere. Shit, they went from they were in St. Louis, now they're back in now they're in LA.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
and LA Rams fans, they're just fans of LA, the city.
LA, yeah.
They're not really fans of the team that much, because
they got two teams too. That's always going to be a thing with LA teams, with the split and loyalty, with the split of loyalty.
But most people in LA are Raiders fans and Niners fans. There's a lot of Niners fans, because when they had no football teams in LA,
Raiders,
they always liked the Raiders anyways, because the Raiders came to LA. And so when them and the Rams left, it's like they became Niner fans. They became, none of them followed the Rams to St. Louis. They were too upset about that, right? And but they followed the Raiders to Oakland. They followed them to Vegas. So that's still their squad. Yeah, man, I'm going with the Rams in this one. So, my pick for the Super Bowl is Rams and Broncos.
I'm going Rams and Patriots.
You got Rams and Patriots.
Rematch. Oh,
and honestly, almost all these matchups are going to be rematches.
And that's 10 years exactly,
if it's
right?
Seattle and New England, it's going to be a rematch too.
I thought,
that's the one that's going to be a rematch.
I think both will be a rematch.
The Rams when
the Rams and the Broncos will be a rematch too.
Would it?
I mean, no, the Broncos and the Seahawks.
Seahawks would be a rematch. Broncos and Rams would be the only one that's not a rematch. Yeah. What year was that? 17. When Rams and
I thought it was 16. It might have been 18, actually. It might have been 18.
Yeah. I mean, and that's when Rams couldn't even get past the 20-yard line. They couldn't get past half field.
Well, that's because that was when they ran Todd Gurley into the fucking
that
dirt,
was ridiculous.
Bro. They literally ran. They ran him.
Golf looked horrible that game too,
bro. How many years did Todd Gurley play? 6, 5, 6?
I don't know. I just know when he got the big contract is when he started getting hurt. But I mean, he was definitely by far the best.
He was averaging 30 to 40 touches a game. Like, that man got ran raggedy. He ran that. I think he got ran. The only other time I've seen as much as Christian McCaffrey was Todd Gurley.
It was 2019, so it was the 2018 season. Okay. The Rams and Patriots played 13-3. I mean, it was a good defensive game.
That game sucked.
But when you're watching the Super Bowl, you want to see more than that, because the offense, even though the defenses were good, the offenses, especially the Rams offense, looked horrible.
Shit, for the Super Bowl,
that was embarrassing.
The Rams and Bears game would be that's a good Super Bowl.
Oh, that's an amazing.
That would be a good Super Bowl.
I mean, we could take 10 games from this year's playoffs to be a great Super Bowl.
Hell yeah, bro. It's been great, bro.
Yeah.
It's been great. It's been fun.
So I'm excited, man. Super Bowl's coming up, but we have big games this weekend to even get there. So, we'll be back to talk about that. Let's react to a video real quick, and then we'll we'll get out of here. But we have a video. This is the top 5 worst NFL fans reacting to draft picks. We know how crazy fans are. You deal with it in UFC. Fans will boo anything. Fans think they know everything. They're all GMs. They're all owners. They're all commentators, right? These are the 5 worst reactions to an NFL draft.
The Buffalo Bills select Josh Allen.
The Houston Texans select J.J. Watt.
I hate it.
Vikings went with Justin Jefferson. I am kind of unhappy with that.
Who's that kid?
Jalen Hurts, quarterback.
That has to be the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life.
The Kansas City Chiefs select Patrick Mahomes, the second.
Really? This is why this organization will never win a Super Bowl in my lifetime.
I hope he got kicked out of Kansas City, bro.
Hey, well, wait. He could have died right after that video. We don't know. We don't know. No. For all jokes aside, but bro, that's insane. But now they've won 3 of the last 5 Super Bowls.
Yeah,
they won 3 of the last 5 Super Bowls.
Been a contender almost every year that he's been there.
The Jalen Hurts one. He's been to 2 Super Bowls and one y'all won, and people still hate him, which is insane.
Some of the comments are crazy. Jalen Hurts one is valid. Hurts should be the only disappointment. Dude won you a Super Bowl, and if they would have won the Super Bowl the year before, he probably would have been MVP. He had a good game. Yeah. So I haven't understood the Jalen Hurts hate. They would have beat the 49ers if A.J. Brown would have caught 2 of those 3 passes.
You know what it is? It's all the girls that be like Jalen Hurts. Bro. You remember all the reels?
It's the light skin. It's the light skin envy,
bro. I mean, white
the light skin envy.
That boy, white girl love Jalen Hurts. Boy.
Oh, they don't, and they don't want their girls with that.
And he's in Philly.
Whoa.
Take from that what you will. But But yeah, nah, that's insane. But Patrick Mahomes one definitely should be at the top. That dude, his face should be everywhere. As why fans should shut your mouth.
Yeah,
shut your mouth, bro. Shut your mouth. Wow.
Yeah,
Jared Allen has literally had y'all seated in the playoffs for the last 7 years.
And they wanted him traded after year 1 and 2.
You get what I'm saying?
He can't throw. He can't do this. And
he's literally carrying y'all team.
I've always hated how people treat young quarterbacks. Yeah. It's like you don't even let them grow into the league and learn, and you're throwing them under the bus after year 1 and 2. I still think
Justin Fields is good. I think Justin Fields is a solid quarterback, and I think you put him in the right place with the right OC and the right opportunity. Get him a line that doesn't make him have to run for his life, to where his legs can be a plus and not a must. You gonna see you gonna see some.
And we'll talk about this a lot in the offseason, but I do have a place for him next year.
Yeah, what do you think?
Go back to Pittsburgh. He played good there.
He did.
I think Aaron Rodgers is probably done and retired. I'm not sure. You know, who's they don't have a coach yet, right?
They don't.
Whoever they bring in. They interviewed what's his name from Green Bay and the Cowboys. Mike McCarthy.
Yeah.
They interviewed him.
Don't do that.
Yeah, I think they need to go a little younger, especially Pittsburgh. Right? They keep coaches forever. They've had 3 in the last 40 or 50 years. So I think they go younger, find somebody you want to keep there for a long time. But would they want Fields and stuff like that? I think that'd be a question. But I think that's a good look. He played really good when he was there. And Jets, like I said earlier, everyone plays horrible there. Sam Darnold's in the NFC Championship,
right?
You know
what I'm saying?
And they were acting like he was the worst quarterback ever.
Hold on, Sam Darnold left the Jets. I believe went to Carolina
went
first.
To Carolina, right? And him
didn't do it. Wasn't terrible. They were in the rebuild. They started a rebuild. They drafted a new quarterback.
It was him and Mayfield battling for a quarterback there.
You feel what I'm saying? Then he goes to Minnesota.
Nope.
He went to Minnesota.
No, he learned somewhere first.
Where?
San Fran, baby. He was backing up Brock.
Was he?
In the Super Bowl, yeah. Yeah,
damn, my bad.
No, he was backing up Brock.
And then he went from there but since then, the last 2 years, he's been a part of like the 2 best teams in the NFC. The Vikings were
really good.
If we lose to the Vikings in the last game of the season, they're the 1 seed.
Yeah.
So he would have had the 1 seed last year, and he did get the 1 seed this year.
But he did play really bad in that game. to give you guys.
we was
the
on
one
his
seed.
ass.
Yeah,
We
you
was on his
were
ass.
killing him.
We was on his ass. And not to mention, my boy put the seatbelt on Justin Jefferson, bro. Arnold locked Justin
Yeah, he
Jefferson up completely that game.
Yep. Yeah, man. So UFC is tonight.
Yeah.
UFC 324.
We back, y'all.
One more reaction video, Jamal. And I hope people don't laugh at what happened, but the irony of what was being said when it happened.
Have any sympathy for these guys? You got one job: show up on weight, in shape. That's it.
It's part of the contract, isn't it? You've signed on the dotted line. You've got to go and get the job.
You're a professional fighter. It's not hard, is it? You have months. Oh,
Let's get a medical team in here.
We're going to need a medical team
This
relatively
is-
quickly on that.
the thing. He's fainted.
He's blacked out. Yeah.
He's fainted.
Oh, man.
Well.
I never have any.
The timing on that
The timing is crazy.
bro. Like the UFC commenting has some of the crazy. That's what happens when you let people just be raw and say what you say what's on their mind. You get, bro. That timing is insane, dog.
It's like,
That's
it's not
like
that
right
hard,
on
is it?
cue.
And then you hear the bang
It's not that
in the
hard,
background.
isn't it? Isn't it?
And then
it was
Bisping
right at
turns
the end of it,
around.
right as he said it.
And the
Bang.
crazy thing is when Bisping turned around, he couldn't even see it at first. He had to keep turning.
Yeah.
You got one job.
Oh, you funny as hell. How they get Yeah, no. That's crazy though, bro. It just goes to show you, bro, that weight cutting, bro, is not a game, bro. Like what people do to step into the cage. There's danger in the cage and there's danger before we get in.
Yep.
We live a dangerous life over here, man.
There's a lot, man.
We live a dangerous life.
I've seen
over
you
here.
before fights, and I've been following Charles Johnson around all week, and I was doing the weight cut, filming him, the night before, and he actually made weight, that night, so.
Well, that's because Charles. And I talked to Charles.
He
bro.
does it the right way.
I talked to Charles. It's like, bro, don't fuck around with that,
Yeah.
bro. Get on it right away.
Yep.
Get on it right away. He's already been like that. Charles has already been. It was already a disciplined individual and did it. Did his thing. But he gets on that shit right away.
But
bro.
I've heard some people
Man,
that
I
are
get on it
trying
right
to.
away, too. I don't like that.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, bro, I'll cut like 10, 15 pounds. 20 pounds the week of, 15 pounds the week of when you're supposed to be taking shots to the head and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, it's not smart. It's not smart. You should be cutting weight, eating right throughout your entire camp.
Yeah.
Throughout from the entirety of camp. People can say whatever they want to say about how I look outside of camp. I've never missed weight. I've never had
You've never
weight
struggled.
complications. I've never had complications with my weight or any of those things, bro.
Yeah.
It's because you stay disciplined, you do your thing while you're in camp, bro. You know what I mean? You got that time to peak out, be your best, be at your best self, be in your best form, and you know what I mean?
Yep.
Give yourself the best chance. So take advantage of that of the time before.
And so that fight is the only fight that got canceled. So all the other fights are going through. Alex Perez did miss weight against his fight against Charles. And then Figueiredo missed weight. He moved up a division and he's still missing weight at 135. How do you feel about that? Because you've had OSP miss weight, right?
Yeah.
Against you. Have you had anyone else in the UFC miss weight?
Against me?
Yeah.
No.
I think OSP is the only one.
No. Unfortunately.
How's that
no.
make you feel, though?
It makes me feel great because you get
You
paid.
get that
bro.
money.
You got to think that was my third fight in the UFC, and he missed weight, and I got what was it, like 30% of OSP's purse, who had already been in the UFC for years, fought for a time, all of that. Bro, that was smooth.
And I remember we went to lunch.
He damn near matched my show money.
Yeah, we went to lunch after that fight, and you're like, "This is on OSP," and you paid the bill.
Yeah,
so
I
OSP
don't
bought
mind
me
it at all.
lunch. And a lot of the fans, like I see some of the comments, like, "Oh, they have an advantage," and that's not fair that they miss weight and stuff like that. They think the fighters are doing that for an advantage. But like Alex Perez today, even though he was over, like he looked horrible.
Yeah. They're draining every single thing they have out of him. If a fighter missed weight, nobody wants to give away their money. So if he missed weight 9 times out of 10, dude, he's completely drained. He took everything out of him. And that he's in the worst position. He's in a more vulnerable position than the guy that made weight and was able to, and be on his,
Plus, you're thinking about the money you lost, right?
Yeah.
You have all your trainers there.
100%.
It's like, what is it, 15, 20% of
It's
the
like
purse?
20, 30. It's like 20 to 30%.
I mean, that's a lot of money,
Not peanuts.
especially for some of these guys
It's
that
not
are,
peanuts.
on these lower tiers of payment.
Yeah, for sure. If I had to pay somebody 20 to 30%, I'd be fucking furious.
Yeah.
I'm not even joking. It'd be more than what OSP had to pay me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And so you're thinking about that way before, like you said, when camp starts, you think about that.
Yeah.
You don't just try to cut. And I've heard stories, the last couple of days of fighters getting up in the morning and trying to cut like hella weight still. So they go to the PI.
Well, some people do it. And some people like, for me, I should never have to cut weight the day of the fight.
Yeah.
Like the day of weigh-ins, Fortunately, the last fight I actually did have to do that. This last one, just with the traveling across the world, was a little different.
Way different time zone and stuff like that too. Yeah,
it made it a little bit more different, a little different. But yeah, bro, you don't want to cut weight the day the day of, bro. You should be able to work out. Should be a good work. Get a good workout in the night before. Get a good sweat in. Be on weight. Go to bed. You know what I mean? Sip a little bit of water. You're able to sip, you're able to sip some water, hydrate a little, put a little bit back in and shit, and you float that off while you're sleeping.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you drink so that way you're not completely dehydrated and completely malnourished.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Those guys that have to don't eat anything, don't drink anything, and milk, man, bro, fuck nah, bro. I'm gonna be honest. If I had to do that to make weight, I wouldn't do this. I would find a different job.
Yeah. Yeah, man. And I was talking about Kayla Harrison because she had the disc and everything, and I was asking Joaquin Rodriguez about that. I'm like, do you think that has anything with the way she cuts weight so much? Like, could that damage, something like that? He's like, I don't know, but he's like, yeah, definitely. Like, it's messing up your body cutting that much weight,
cartilage, all type of shit.
And Kayla Harrison was cutting weight to make 155 in the PFL. Now she's cutting to make 135, but we've seen her every Friday.
Looks terrible.
Looks like the worst person I've ever seen.
Terrible.
And then she recovers.
Recovers magnificently.
But
back
what is that doing on her body?
Your liver. Your liver is definitely you definitely beating the dog shit out of your liver. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things you're definitely doing damage to your body. Yeah. You're definitely doing damage to your body.
So for all of you on the internet, in the comments, talking junk about fighters, you don't realize how much goes into the fight game just to even get to the fight. Every fighter, you're not going into the fight 100% healthy ever,
Look, hear about this, bro. Agree to fight somebody. Let's say maybe somebody said something, anything right now. Agree to fight them. Set a time, set a date, when y'all supposed to show up, and when you're supposed to fight. A lot of people have done this. Think about any time you've told somebody, hey, yo, after school, meet me in the parking lot. How did the rest of that day feel? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now imagine knowing that this person's trained every day for weeks and months to do damage to you. You're going to get hurt. Anytime you go into a fight, you have to be a fool to think you're not going to feel any pain in a fight. Pain is expected.
Yep.
How many of y'all are still walking through a door and knowing pain is expected? You know what I'm saying?
Yep. It's a different level.
Like that.
It's a different level. And that goes with all athletes, all sports.
It's the price of this shit.
So, yeah. But have fun on the internet. Keep commenting. Comments are fun to read and watch. But some of you guys are crazy. And I think we're going to have a segment on here where we pull up comments and we're going to go to the actual commenters page, right? Most of them, you know what most of them say though, right? This profile is private.
Yep.
That's usually how it happens. But, we're going to go there. We're going to critique them, right?
Right.
So they critique the athletes. We're going to critique them. So we'll have different segments on here.
Shit.
Yeah. Right now, we're going to format the show. It's going to be, it's going to be a show. But right now, we just like talking sports.
We're having fun watching these playoffs. It's been a great postseason. We're having fun watching this, and we just want to kind of talk about it and get some more feedback.
We should just go live on Sunday.
Yeah.
After the games. Right after.
Yeah, we could do that. We probably do that. Because like, yeah, bro, this has been it's been great. It's been fun. We literally only doing this. We doing this only as fans, just because we fanning out over what's been happening in this postseason, and we kind of want to do that with y'all.
And it's like we're doing it over text, so it's like we might as well just get in front of the cameras, and get on the mic.
The text thread is crazy during the games. Yeah.
When you respond.
Right. Well,
depending on the game.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, every time you've been upset at me about the Lions, every time I talk junk, that's when they come back and win the game.
Come back and win. That's why I don't get.
So it's good luck.
Get mad.
It's good luck.
I didn't get mad. We might at some point. We have to release some of these text messages, so people can actually see them.
All right, man. We will be back next week, and we'll have guests in the studio all the time. So stay tuned. You never know who's going to be here. Yeah.